Hi everyone. So we have new information in the case of missing Texas mum of three, Lauren Thompson. First of all, I'd like to issue a public apology to Patrick Berry. In one of our recaps a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that he was possibly the local drug dealer. This information I've since found out is totally incorrect, and I would like to offer Patrick a public apology. I'm sorry for that, dude. You just have to understand that the information we get from multiple people, and we just do put out some things sometimes that are speculative, but I am sorry if that has caused any harm to yourself or your family. And that's about all I can say. I'm genuinely sorry. We're going to do a recap here briefly on Lauren Thompson in case you don't know the story, and then we'll go into the interview with Voices for Justice, who have been looking into this case also. So Lauren went missing on the 10th of January this year. She called her mother before she rang 911, and the 911 call lasted for just over 20 minutes, but then her phone battery died. The police were able to ping her last locations, which is apparently how they found the truck, her 4Runner, and they said that it was in a ditch, bogged. We'll give you the information and the pictures on the car and that following soon. So her car was found on the intersection of County Road 267 and Farm to Market Road 1794 in Beckville, which is just north of Carthage, where she lived. It's a heavily wooded area. I'll just zoom in here and see. As you can see here, it is quite dense. And so she was running from someone and sounded disorientated and confused. This is the area here. At the beginning, when there were first just a few reports, not many, it was kind of suggested that she was on her own. We know now that's not the case, and that there were other people with her that day, 4 others in the car. So Ricky Briggs, I believe, is double her age, 66. It was a little bit odd to me, but I'm not sure about you guys. Also, Linda Moore, Shelley Moore, that's her daughter and mother, and Scotty Fields. Now, Scotty Fields is related to Linda Moore. They are cousins. So those three, Linda Moore, Shelley Moore, and Scotty Fields, are also cousins and second cousin of the lead investigator on Lauren's case, which is Sarah Fields. Ricky Briggs in the top left is related to the landowner where Lauren's car was found. We found that to be another odd coincidence in this case. So now we've received some new information, and I'm just going to follow that up with the interview with Karen Janice from Voices for Justice. We have Karen Janice here from Voices for Justice. So their mission is to offer support to those affected by crime, lessen the trauma to victims, and promote successful prosecution. So we've gone through the recap of Lauren's case. So thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So thank you for working with the family and digging into Lauren's case. There are a few things that we need to go through. So we were just going to first look at Lauren's car. So you guys got that back a couple of weeks ago, was that right?
About a month ago, we went and got the vehicle from the sheriff's department.
Okay.
Yeah, And
Do you know if
uh,
they had forensically searched it at all?
and actually, we were told that it was, but we have not seen any signs of it. We don't have proof that they did. They're being very, very secretive about everything. They don't want to talk to anybody about this case.
We also learnt no one's allowed to go and search the areas around Carthage or Bexville. Is that correct?
Correct. We went out there. We checked we went to the exact location where her vehicle was, and I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way that her vehicle was stuck. There's not even a ditch right there. Like there's not enough dirt there to even create mud.
Yeah, well, I can bring those photos up first here. So we're looking at the ground, and it doesn't look like there's any holes in the ground or heaps of mud or anything like that.
There was just, where when the tow truck driver had to actually pull it out because he didn't have the keys to the vehicle. And so he couldn't put the vehicle in neutral or anything like that. He couldn't start it. So he had to kind of pull it out with the tires locked. But that's the only kind of rut right there that was right there because of that. It wasn't stuck whatsoever. And she had a 4Runner, which is all-wheel drive.
Yes.
And, so it was kind of impossible to get that stuck anywhere around that area.
Yeah, and so I notice here too there's a property, a fence there. Is that the fence to Philip Briggs's property that we were talking about it in an earlier, or?
That is, I think that's Randall Briggs right there. And I wanted to say that it was Randall, and if you go further back, it's Philip Briggs.
Right, okay. And so this is surveillance cameras in use, but there were no cameras there at the time?
From what I understand, there's no way they could have put cameras out there because of, it's just right in the middle of this field, and they wouldn't have been able to hook anything like that up unless they had game cams or something.
Right, and the car. So looking at the car also, with the pictures, it doesn't seem like there's like a spray up of mud, like someone's trying to get out of a ditch or anything like that.
Right.
It looks like maybe there's just a bit of mud on the front driver's side. And then are those dings and scrape marks from another vehicle? Do you know if they were there beforehand?
Yes. Well, as a matter of fact, a couple of weeks before this happened, before she disappeared, she was wanting to get, some of the dents and scratches taken care of. She wanted her vehicle to look nice. So I had the boyfriend at the time, Pedro, he talked to the guy that actually looked at her car to give them an estimate on how much it would be to fix all of that. And he asked him to go and look at the vehicle. And this was about a month ago, and tell him if he noticed anything different, because he did get a very good look at the car like a couple of weeks before all of this happened.
Right. And
so he did. He was over there, and he noticed that there was a lot more scratches, more dents. The paint, there's white paint on the car, like somebody had sideswiped her with a white vehicle. And I do know for a fact that Scotty Fields does have a white truck.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The first thing you notice is these swipes of white.
It was like it was going to push her off the road.
So what is in the front seat? What is that stuff?
That was actually in the vehicle whenever I got in it, and I've been able to confirm, with the several people over there, that does belong to Ricky Briggs.
Okay.
Those were his items. It was a sweatshirt, it says Alaska on it, and sunglasses, and a phone charger type thing.
Okay, so that was Ricky Briggs' stuff. Was there anything of Lauren's in the car? Someone said there was fishing gear, or...
No, there was a few items in the very, very back, but nothing just seemed there was no fishing gear.
Okay.
I think there was like a red pot that was in there, and that seems to be a bigger clue in this because of some of the things I know in the case. and I'm not going to say right now, because I have to verify it. But I'm just not going to throw anything out there that I haven't been able to verify just yet.
Right. Okay. So looking at the shot of how many pings are on this about Lauren's phone, so 5 pings. So early reports, and even ones a couple of months later, I think, only reported on 3 phone pings, but this seems to have 5 on it, and this was provided by Penola County Sheriff's Department, wasn't it?
Correct.
Okay.
It was sent to the family, and her mom, Corey, and dad, Greg.
Right. So could you just explain what this picture means? So the map length of 0.71 miles?
Okay, well, the distance, if you look at the distance from the vehicle where the vehicle was in the first ping, that's almost a mile away.
Right.
That right there, it didn't seem even possible. And, because if you're judging from what Sheriff Lake has been saying in articles, she gets out of her vehicle, she starts running in the woods, and when she starts running in the woods is when she's calling 911. This wooded area over there is very, very thick. It would be impossible for her to run through something like that. It would probably be even impossible to walk or something like that. And I just don't see her running that fast, because it was about a mile to that first ping.
Right.
And then if you follow the pings all the way around, there's no way. It does not make sense. None of it is adding up.
No, it's not. It looks strange. Yeah, I've got images here that I can show everyone of, and they have seen before just how dense and wooded that area was. So she rang her mother before she rang 911.
Right.
And I believe we have that statement of what Lauren had said. So I can put that up for everyone. Please be aware that it's a bit heartbreaking. It definitely affected me the first time I read it and reread it. So we can't confirm a person who was chasing her.
No, we can't. We do know that there was another voice in that yelled out, in that call, the mom. But the mom was stating that she was already in the wooded area whenever she called her.
Right. She wasn't at the car.
And,
what would you want the public to know, or what would you want them to do in regards to this, if her friends or family or anyone is listening, that we're, over 4 months now. Yeah, over 4 months now that she's been missing.
Well, there's just so much to this case, but it's just not making sense. And, you've got the sheriff who is obviously lying about a lot of this to the media, and he's not letting these search groups in, and that's something I have a big problem with. Okay, what are you trying to hide?
I have a problem
Why
too.
Are you letting people search?
Yeah, so the lead investigator on this case is Sarah Fields, right?
Right. 3 of the people that were there is related to her husband. 3 of the people that were with Lauren that day is related to her husband. I see a huge problem with that.
At the very least, it's a conflict of interest. At the very worst, it's corruption in its finest form. I guess we can say that.
Talk to people about Sarah Fields and, the relationship she has with these people. And if they feel that she would try to cover for them or, try to be fair, and a lot of them say that she would try to cover for them, because that's family. And it needs to be handed over to somebody else, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I had originally said like Dallas, or I don't know how big Fort Worth is, but Dallas seems good to me. Like a big department, not a small county, sheriff's department or police department. So we've got 4 people in the car with her that day. 3 are related to the lead investigator on the case. The other one is related to the property where the car was found, correct?
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So that in itself is an oddity. Actually, I want to get back to what you were saying about knowing that Sheriff Lake was lying to the media. Can you give us some examples of that?
One of the articles, he said cars stuck in the ditch, the cars stuck in the mud. Okay, it was clear. You know, it was not stuck. Why are you saying that it is when it isn't?
Yeah, and why aren't you letting anyone else go in there and search when they're offering for free?
Right, exactly. And these search teams like EquiSearch and the Cajun Navy, they're professional. They know what they're doing. You know, why are you trying to stop that? I mean, at this point, you know, it's really not disturbing a crime scene whenever you're this far into it.
There's broken crime scene tape there, so it's no longer a crime scene.
The crime scene from I understand it from a witness that was there that day. Okay, they saw that the cops weren't even doing anything. They were pretty much at the end of the road, not even anywhere around that vehicle.
Yeah, and Jeff Stewart from the Cajun Navy, they offered to come in with specialised trained dogs, both in search and rescue and cadaver dogs, and they were turned down with no explanation. So we'll put that information up there too.
Right. Well, Tori had, you know, she'd been calling and talking to Kevin Lake about this and asking him if she can go, you know, if she can get EquiSearch in there. And the thing is, with EquiSearch and the Cajun Navy, they have to get the permission from the Sheriff's Department or Police Department if they can go search these areas before they go and search. They're not just going to go and search because they don't want to step on anybody's toes. And EquiSearch was ready to go in. They were wanting to do it.
Yeah, they have been several times.
About the fifth time she called, because he kept saying no. The fifth time she called, yeah, he got agitated with her, and he kind of snapped at her. And he was like, well, Tori, where else do you want us to look? Well, first of all, yeah, they're not there to step on anybody's toes. I mean, that is a huge area. It's big.
It is.
You can walk over something and not even know what you just walked over. You know, that could be very crucial to the investigation.
Absolutely.
And that's why these bigger teams, you know, we need a lot of people going in. And we need a lot of people ready to, you know, ready to get dirty pretty much because, I mean, you're walking through heavily wooded areas over there. And a lot of the grass is tall too. So, I mean, we're kind of at a standstill right now.
I'm wondering if Dallas could give you permission to search the land.
No, we need permission from the county, the Sheriff's Department. Okay, and then the owners, I don't think that they're going to want us on their property for a reason. And I know that reason, but I'm not going to publicly say that right now.
Yes, no, I understand. And you haven't been able to get the 911 call either. We haven't heard it, and as private investigators and attorneys, you know, being involved directly with the family, they won't release that to you either.
Correct. And of course, you know, they keep saying, well, there's no foul play involved. They don't believe there's foul play involved. They don't believe that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you would think that they would go ahead and release it, but I know that she does name the people that she was with in that call that day. And I think that's why they don't want it released.
Well, at least would be having a call to action for Sarah Fields to be taken off this case as a conflict of interest, at the very least.
Oh, I think that's a big, big issue. And we were going to go high up on this one.
Yep.
And we are going to do everything we can to get in there and get that girl. And we are not going to back off. I'm telling you, we're going to be there.
We made that promise too. We were not going to stop for Lauren. So I will keep digging over here, and maybe I'll dig my way all the way over to Penola County. And just if anyone knows anything, we don't give out any identifying details, your name, anything like that, anything that, you know, might...
I mean, if you know anything at all, please come forward and say something. You know, I'm tired of everybody. Everybody's so scared, and they're scared to say something. And, you know, we're not going to release any names. I mean, we need some of these the information, to get to where she's at, because we're about to get a lot of people out there, and I'm talking about people that are high up. And also, I would like to address something else. Whenever I sent the FOI a report in about Lauren, her calling the cops. I wanted all of those reports from August of 2017 to 2009, because I understand that she did call the cops a lot because of her ex-boyfriend beating her, threatening her, and she was trying to get the cops to help her, and they would, of course the cops would go over there, but then would side with him.
Was that John Bandy?
And yes.
Right.
And he's threatened her life many times. But whenever I sent that request in to get all of those 911 calls, I wanted the whole records. I wanted everything. Well, Sheriff Lake, of course, says that there is no such records for Lauren. The only thing they had was the 911 call, and they can't release that from January 10th.
Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous.
They are not cooperating, and there's got to be a reason for it. And I never had a problem like this ever working missing persons. I've never had police say that we can't go in here. We cannot search for this person.
And there even seems to be an absence of media coming into the town. Do you think this is being controlled by the county?
Yes, and I know that to be fact, because I've actually I tried to get somebody I knew out of a different area to do a report, and they wouldn't. They came back and said that Kevin Lake said no, he didn't want them to do any kind of story.
No.
I have a message for Kevin Lake. I just say, I want to know why. Like, why is it that you're doing this? Why aren't you letting us in? Why aren't you helping this girl? Why aren't you lying? I don't get it. This is a human being. If this was your child, your grandchild out there, you would be doing everything you could for that person.
Why are you avoiding the family?
Just because of her life choices and what she said.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, any of this. It just doesn't. To even, avoiding the mom and dad, and then they not updating them on anything, that just speaks volumes. We just want to know why. We're not here to step on anybody's toes, but yeah, we are upset.
There's so many things that contradict themselves or that don't add up, and the community deserves to know why.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right. I mean, how are they supposed to go?
Yeah.
I mean, where is the integrity in this? And we call upon them when we're in trouble to help us. But in this case, she called the very people that were hurting her, and that was the sheriff's department, because they didn't want to look for her. And honestly, that girl, she was running through the woods. She was terrified. Like, can you imagine? And these people that you have on the phone, you call them because you trust them. She could have been found that day. I have no doubt in my mind.
If Sheriff Lake had have allowed search parties out there the way that they wanted to be, they wanted to help, they could have been out there months ago searching. And I agree with you on that. There's a lot we can't put out there. We've put out, I feel like, what we can at the moment. Of course, if there are any updates, well, there will be updates, but we will hopefully get you back on, hopefully start getting some answers, and perhaps find her.
Hopefully the next time I'm on, we will have found her.
I hope so too.
I'm not going to back off, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to be a regular over there.
I'm going to continue
until something is done
to do it as well. And now that we've met each other and we can share what we've been digging away at for the last 4 months, I think we may just get answers faster, hopefully. Thank you for updating everyone.
Thank you for having me, and I just want the truth out there. Thank you for letting me get the truth out.
Yeah, that's what we need. Hear that, Sheriff?